morning. But we are good to go, right, Maria? Okay, hanging up. So I got started. Oh, I know, Mas. You can hear me. Okay, sorry, I can hear myself on the screen. But thank you so much for joining us today. Apologize about the technical difficulties. I had put the camera on mute, and Maria was screaming at me because she wanted me to get to hear her to let her know that you all couldn't hear me. So here we go. Let's get started again. My name is Patricia Contreras. I am your host today here on Tia Talks. I'm also the owner and creator of PAnn Financial, where we provide you health, life, and wealth products to meet your family's goals and protect them in the inevitable and also during life. So if you need any information or need any assistance having to do with financial protection, please feel free to contact us at tiapannfinancial.com. Today we have some wonderful guests for you. Let me go ahead and get started. Our first guest today is Miss Virginia Mercado. Miss Mercado is a retiree from AT&T. She was with them for approximately 32 years, and she is also our Tupperware expert. She's actually got 14 years of Tupperware experience. So for those ladies who like to make sure that they have freshness in their food, here's your lady right here. Ms. Mercado, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I am fine, thank you, and thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better, to let our audience get to know you a little bit better, let them know how, what you do, who you are, who you support, and what are your goals for the future? What do you see with WUSA? Little things like that. So let me go ahead and give you the floor and let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about, what do you want us to know about Virginia Mercado?
Very little.
No.
Thank you. I'm Virginia Mercado, and I have been in Tupperware, like you said, for 14 years, and I've had a career with the Bell system and also with the Baptist system. And right now, just like I said, retired, and I am just supplementing my income with Tupperware. Mm-hmm. So that's been helping me because I love to be around people to explain to them what it is that their needs are, especially for their food storage, and also to learn about it.
Right. Because there's new ones every year, right?
Actually, every month.
Every month. Wow. How did I do it?
I know. And people are going like, now what? I said, they're so used to mostly to the older stuff. And I try to accommodate them if I can, because there are always seasonal products that come out, and I try to get them for them, and I make them happy, and they make me happy too.
Yes, I can imagine so, because you know that you're servicing your client, and your client's food's going to be fresh every time they go to it.
Exactly.
I hate going to something in the fridge and getting that flavor, fridge flavor, or onion flavor, or something. Just because people don't take that extra step, and some people like to use the foil. Oh, my husband, I could. Oh. Because the foil, it only works the first time. Don't you find that? Yes, right? Yes. Then it gets all crinkly and se acabó. It's not good anymore.
It gets dry.
Yeah.
And with the Tupperware, it keeps it fresh for mostly anywhere between 1 week to 2 weeks, depending how often you open your Tupperware from the refrigerator. And we also offer cookware and other utensils to be able to help the customers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. And do you go out to events and do tables and things like that?
I do. Here in San Antonio area, I go to Helotes Market Days once a month, and then I go to Blanco Market Days, and also Seguin. Those are my 3 events that I go to.
Once a year or once a month?
Once a month.
Oh,
once a month.
Okay.
Seguin is only twice a year.
Oh,
but
okay.
Like tomorrow, I'll be in Seguin.
Oh, okay. So you already know your setup and everything.
Oh, definitely. Yes, ma'am. I have about 3 tables full always, and I set up my own canopy and tables.
You take your truck full of Tupperware.
see my truck. Actually, my SUV that I've got. So I do carry a lot with me.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. I try to because I kind of already know my customers
Right.
because I've been doing this for so many years and attending those vendors shows. So I take what I feel that they are looking for. Especially, I don't know if you all are familiar with the Piccadilly. That's the one for your jalapenos.
Oh, that do they raise the jalapenos?
Yes.
Now we use it for pickles
That's
too,
all for
right?
pickles, olives, or even for celery, just about anything. And sometimes you can even use it for your detergent. You can put your detergent in there, so as you know, as you need
You
it,
lift
can
them?
you lift it up. Yes, ma'am.
And I guess you could probably also do the dishwasher pots, right?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
Yes,
Some
ma'am.
more things
You
for
know,
my husband to
in other
read.
words, a lot of the products are for storage. So that's the main thing for Tupperware is storage.
Storage.
Yes, ma'am. Storage.
So you have to have room for the.
Yes.
Well, the cool thing is they also like pile into each other.
They stack up. Yes,
Yeah, stack up.
they stack up, especially the bowls. They stack up. You know, so you should see my kitchen.
It's probably awesome. I can imagine it's all organized. No.
Well, my kitchen is small, so it's kind of very difficult. But I do have all my ingredients in my Tupperware containers. So and they last, like I said, forever in there.
And so, what's your favorite? If you could pick, what would be your favorite Tupperware piece?
But right now is my breakfast maker.
And what exactly is that?
A breakfast maker is for the microwave. That's why you can do your eggs in there. You can even do a little like a cake in there also, and also yeah, yes ma'am, and also what is it? Scrambled eggs, or you can do your what is your called those because I like to do breakfast on a biscuit. So I'm able to do my egg in there and then get all the ingredients in there.
So it's like compartmented, separated.
Well, it's a little. I can't really explain it because I need to show you the picture, but which I don't have at the moment.
Okay.
But still, that right now is one of my favorites
Because it makes your breakfast pretty quick. Huh?
Yes, yeah. And I have one for making rice and also for making, let's say, chicken. I use it a lot of my Tupperware for the microwave.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. So do you find yourself giving people Tupperware as gifts?
Oh, yes. More definitely, especially my own kids.
It's like, I know you've always been wanting this. Here you go. Or go pick from the truck.
No, especially the what is it, the new items. You don't have this yet.
The new release.
And I know my daughter can attest to that. She's like, Mom, I don't need any more.
Really, it's enough.
Yes, ma'am. So, but
awesome.
I have a lot of fun, especially meeting people and also networking. Because I wasn't doing any of the network until I joined WASA. So I am very, very grateful to give this opportunity to be able to communicate what it is that I need to do for myself. And I'm one of those people that is very positive in everything. And first of all, I thank God for all that I have, especially my health.
Yes.
So.
First and foremost,
yes,
blessed to breathe another breath and open your eyes.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
That's if you got that, you're wealthy.
You're right. Oh, that's what I always say.
Without that,
you're right. That's what I tell people. Especially my husband. I said, I feel I am rich, and I go, what do you say? Why? I said because I have my health. I said, and health is the most important thing in life.
it is. You can't buy it. You can't buy it. You got to take care of yourself. And that's the only way that we can preserve ourselves and be better for our family, for our friends, for those folks who need us, so that we can make a difference in this world, right? Whatever it may be. Someone may be out there today wondering about, how did this lady get into Tupperware? Why Tupperware?
Well, actually, it was my daughter, Sonia. She was a consultant herself.
Oh.
And then I used to buy from her. And then finally she says, Mom, I said, you're my biggest customer. I said, so you need to stop taking your money. You need to join. I said, I get, okay. So she she paid for it for me. She got me.
So there's a subscription fee?
It says a subscription fee, yes,
Uh-huh.
one time subscription fee. Anyway, so that's the way I started, and it's because she encouraged me. I started doing the vendor shows, and I also do book parties. So if anybody's looking for a party, make sure you call me. You can reach me at 210-863-4089.
Yes, and we have her phone number running on the bottom of the screen. Her information, so you can get a hold of her. Any Tupperware needs that you may have, she is your lady. Like I said, 14 years of experience. I'm sure if she doesn't have it, she knows where to get it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am. Yes,
Sorry about that.
There's a story about
She was just telling me before this. Oh, I was in it. I found it. I got it for her, and I was like, oh my gosh.
yeah, because they even make keychains now, don't they?
Oh yeah. The next time I see you, I will bring you a couple of them.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome. Yes, I'll remember you all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Yes,
That's
definitely.
awesome.
I'm also gonna get some earrings with the keychains on them.
Oh,
So,
okay. You
I'll-
like
I'll
my
surprise
earrings
you.
today?
Yeah, I'll
I'm
surprise
doing the
you with
Frida
that.
look
Yes.
today. That's awesome. So if someone was interested in a part-time career with Tupperware, what is it that you would recommend for them?
They can join and they can call me on that, and I can explain to them what it is that they need to do. We have different steps to be able to get into that.
Oh.
And if you join it, your commission is 25% of whatever you sell.
Oh,
Okay.
in the beginning.
In the
to
beginning,
start.
yes,
Mhm.
25%.
Okay. And then there's tiers where you can grow with the company.
Oh, then you can become a manager, and that's what the math, the amount of money that you make comes,
And so why do you stay with Tupperware? What keeps you there?
Because for one thing, I love being out in front of people. So it's just, and I love Tupperware also, and I use the Tupperware. But the main thing is because I love to go and mingle with the customers, and I love to hear their stories also.
They tell you about their Tupperware stories?
Yes, ma'am, they do.
I love it.
And not only that, about their life and stuff like that. So
You're their bartender.
And the one is a good one right there. Except that I don't have nothing to offer them.
No drinks
No,
in, just
no,
Tupperware.
Yes. We have plenty of bottles also. We have the glasses also. We have some that are good for traveling.
Glasses like drinking, like this kind of glasses?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. So we have a different varieties.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I see some people out there saying hello, Miss Luna. Hello, Miss Luna. Miss Rita, how are you? Thanks for joining us. So Miss Rita works in makeup. She's also retired. Do you have anything for makeup, like stacking, putting away, organizing? Does Tupperware dabble in that section of?
Well, there are different things that they could use for that. Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
So.
Oh, okay. So they.
Tupperware, you can store just about anything that you want in it. It doesn't have to be just for food and stuff. You can use it for your crafting if you need to, and just about anything.
Oh,
So
okay.
I got mine scattered all over the place.
Oh, well, next time you come join us, you need to send Maria some pictures so we can show them up there, and you'll get you some more business. And
Okay.
because if people don't see it,
That's
your website's out
Right,
there,
right.
so if they see it, it will appeal to them. If they don't see it,
definitely.
it's a little harder.
Okay.
But that's awesome. I haven't, like I was telling her before we started, I got tired of trying to be organized. Been married 38 years, and my husband just doesn't put the same lid with the same container, or it's gone. So I just meal prep now. Make sure I get the fresh food, and that's it.
Myself, I make sure that they're sealed.
Yes.
I can't trust my husband for doing that. Either,
Yeah, they don't have the same. For some reason, it just doesn't work the same.
Nope.
Yeah.
They try, and I go, oh.
But we have to be grateful
Oh,
that at least they're trying, because some don't even try, and that's when you're.
And now my husband appreciates Tupperware. He didn't realize the value of it, the warranty that it's got.
Oh yeah.
So he goes. When I first started going to the vendor shows, my husband went with me. Okay, and when I had to leave, for potty break, he would be there, and then I would come back and I could hear him talking to the customers and engaging with them, which he never had done before. And he would say, "Well, just gotta wait. My wife will be back in a little bit." But he would converse with them. But then he would say, "Oh, this is great. This is," and it was just like, okay.
He started becoming more and more comfortable with the product.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
ma'am.
well,
Yes,
that's great.
definitely,
You got
yes,
yourself a
yes,
good
yes.
salesperson there.
Temporary.
Just during breaks.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, ma'am.
So if people want to come out and see you in Seguin tomorrow, where exactly is that?
It's by the courthouse. I don't remember the address on it,
Okay.
but I'll post it.
You can put it on the chat, the comments of the video.
Okay, I'll do
And
that.
that way if they want, some people may have an immediate need. They might be looking for some piece that they haven't had in a while, and you're,
I'm
you
there.
know, that person to go to.
Definitely.
Because you definitely know who you would be able to get that from if you don't have it, right?
Exactly, yes, ma'am.
Wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again for joining us. We're going to go ahead and introduce our next guest.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And our next guest just so happens to be Miss Sonia Garcia, who is Miss Mercado's daughter. Yes, Miss Sonia is with Palatable Paint. And give us just a second. I think Maria's going to put up some commercials while we get organized here. Right?
Go.
Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, guys. So sorry. Sorry, guys. I was sorry. We were comadreando and we forgot where we were. Let me introduce to you today Miss Sonia Garcia with Palatable Paint. And Miss Sonia, thank you so much for joining us today. One of the things that I do want to bring up is I know that you were chosen to do our WUSA room. Yes, how exciting! Congratulations.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to help you all out because that's
Great.
We'll talk about that. But I was just, that was an honor. I'm like,
Yes, yes, because we're gonna have it there for as long as it lasts, and that's a credit to you, right? And we'll be able to tell everyone who did it, right? So, who did it? Who's the pro? So, Miss Sonia, let's get started and let you tell us a little bit about you. Who is Sonia? Who do you support? What's your why? What are your goals?
Okay. Well, I'll start off with this. Have you ever scrolled through social media and then you admire those picture perfect, photos or those picture perfect interiors, just wishing that you could just have that same thing or have that same kind of feel in your home?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that feeling, I know that feeling
And
too.
not having to do it because I've done it a couple of times.
Okay, so you go in and you try to duplicate it, right? You go, okay, what was the color that they used? What was this that they used? And so you go find those exact colors, you put them in the space, you're like, what happened? This is a fail.
Yeah. Why doesn't it look the way it's supposed to look?
Exactly. And so that's where, that's what I was wanting to do. That's what I came in to kind of inspire people. Let me help you do that. That's my job,
Yeah.
And so I it's not all there too. I'm not the perfect person, but I love it and I want to help you aspire
When
to
people love something, let me tell you, it makes a world of difference.
that. Yeah, it's
Because you're gonna put your heart and soul into it, and you're gonna give it a piece of you, and it shines. It shows in whatever you produce. Right? It's a big difference.
It really is. And so that's what I was wanting to do. I want to, to be cost saving free, it's stress free, hassle free, and just let me do it. I'll do the that
The
stress
thinking.
Yes.
Just tell me what your goals are.
Yes.
What are the shades?
Exactly. Talk to me. Let me learn about you. And so that's one of the things that I really my husband. So back to like when you said what about me? Well, I'm an interior designer. Okay, that's
okay.
So,
there's a little bit more to that.
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
back in the day, I grew up in this little house that was. We're Mexican. When the new kid comes, you add another room, put another wall up, you do this, and just however it comes, let's fit you in there, right?
Yeah.
And thank goodness we have a huge.
The more the merrier. All the cousins can come over.
And so it was a little hodgepodgey and a little, tchotchke, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, so I was like, I never felt like, but it's all right. So then my daddy always dabbled in these little things, and even my grandpa, they were like, he was a carpenter or something, and that always fascinated me. And so I always wanted to go help my dad. And I felt like chicken, I don't know if you know chicken, not Chicken Little, Foghorn Leghorn. Okay, anyway, it's a cartoon back in the day. I watched, that was kind of like my babysitter with my babysitter. So, or cartoon.
Watch it, and I'll be back in an hour.
Sesame Street, Electric Company. That's how I'm educated, guys. No, that's why I learned my English. No, anyways, reel me back in. Sorry.
Okay.
So
take a break. Take a breath.
so we come in, and I was like that little chicken that Foghorn Leghorn is this guy. I was like, okay boy. He's this I forgot it was Looney Tunes. He's part of Looney Tunes.
Okay.
And so he was this one character that was always trying to figure out things. And there's this little smart little chicken with glasses.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I was that little chicken with glasses, and my dad
okay.
was always like doing these little things and figuring things, and I'm all good.
I love it.
And we would tag team things, I learned how to change my brake pads. I was like, I want to be in there. I was always in there. Learned the electrical work, learned how to do that, and I love the paint part. And so I was always anywhere we go. He said he didn't like to paint. He was really good at it, but he was always this perfectionist and wanted everything very precise. And so I learned that from him. And so with the painting, I love the painting because what was cool about the painting is you could change a small space and make it look pretty by painting it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was a flop with the colors that you chose, but you could just really resurface that and for inexpensive.
Yeah.
So that's what I
You
like.
can turn one room into a completely different room just by slapping a different coat on there or a different texture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, It's awesome, but it's a lot of work.
It really is. No, it's a lot easier than some people when you go price them out. You're like, why this
You're
price
just
point?
gonna paint
Yeah,
it.
you're like, okay, then here you go. Here's a paintbrush. I gift this to you. No.
They don't think about you gotta wash the surface, dust it, wash it, you know, the taping
Yes.
stuff. Oh my God, that's worse than the painting.
Yeah, and that's where your cutting skills come in. You're like, I'm gonna learn this fast, and I'm gonna get this.
I remember my stepfather, he used to be a painter as well. He did like everything that had to do with construction. He would always put like some metal, like
A shield.
a shield, yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that was a lot faster with a machine, right? But when you're doing it yourself at home, you don't have all those
No.
right
Yeah.
things, and it's a lot more difficult. It is if you want it done right, get
Exactly,
someone
yeah.
pro, yeah.
And especially if somebody who enjoys. And there's, I'm not just a painter, so it's kind of like back to that,
Mhm.
where I was coming in with those interiors that you see in those, on social media. Well, I'm that person that comes in and, I'm your wall whisperer. So I try to keep, I listen to you, and then I try to transform that space so that it can be that beautiful space for your well-being and emotional being, because it's more to it than just.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. It's like creating a website. Digital Vida created my website, and when she contacted me, to see, okay, what is it that you want? What is it that you feel? Blah blah blah. Your colors, just the colors, For at one moment we were with the Lion King. Ooh, it's like, and look at the colors. And I was like, yeah. But the colors are either the orange and gold or green and gold, because I feel like someone with me with the experience that I have, when she came up with Tia, I mean, I do have a lot of nieces and nephews, and I was an aunt before I was a mother, but Tia stands for Transforming, Inspiring, support agency. And that's what we do. We support others. Nobody pays for this podcast room but me. Why do I do it? Because I want to support the women from WUSA that are doing just that, helping others to find their new person, to find their new being, to inspire others, to help each other, just grow, leave the fear to the side and just grow. And see that there's other women out there just like you that are making it.
Yeah.
They're making it and finding that love within for whatever they're doing. And, leaving it, whether in your case being paint, in my case just being words, but words of experience. Because, I've been there, done that. I've been married 38 years. What else can I say? I've been in financial services for over 30 years. And just trying to bring a little bit of inspiration and love to others. That's what Tia Talks is all about. So tell me, how long have you been doing this?
Okay, this is 4 years in just the business, because I work full time. So that's where, from interior designer, went to school.
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, started interior. So inspo by dad to interior design. Mom always like pushing. No, do this, man. Got this, and blah, blah. I'm like, because I'm not shy, but I'm not like, she's honestly, you saw her, she says, no, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, no, you're good. Just get on there.
Yeah.
But bringing her back around, bringing that inspo from my dad and from my mom, for pushing me, or I don't want to say pushing, just encouraging me and supporting me. She's like my biggest cheerleader.
Yes, that's what the mom should be, your biggest cheerleader. And
I'm trying to get her back, come on, Mom.
just like you inspired her into Tupperware.
Yes, exactly.
And we still have this mercado here, but she's hiding over there in the corner. You need to come in this way so they can see you.
So with that, I went to school. I was the first the first generation college graduate in the family.
Oh, okay.
So that was like
in the interior design.
Design, yeah,
okay.
or just college, period, in the family, nobody had education. There were
No. I mean, your major was the interior
my
design,
major, yes, interior design. Yeah, thanks for doing that. So, interior design with a bachelor's of science, which is pretty good,
Yeah,
and,
it is.
And I started off with music. Thank you. I started off in music, and I said, what's that department over there? what? I would like to do that. You know, 'cause-
Uh-huh.
and so went there. So when I graduated, I went in and I did an intern, and I mainly did sales, but still I was in the industry for 21 years. Then when the market kind of went a little down, it was in like 2008. We have our own restaurant, so there's another thing too. There's my husband's in there too. So get ready, guys. Get ready. Okay, so we did. So I was in furniture. Then I was in. Then I did lighting, and so the lighting industry is like my strong suit, strong paint and lighting. So I know how to get those.
Take them off, put them on. The ceiling fans, lighting fixtures.
I actually can install them for you. I'm not artist that. I'm not an electrician, but I can do a lot of, I have a lot of know-how in that industry. And so that works really well together. And so I did that for, so many years. And then that went down. My husband, I was kind of an investor with him doing the restaurant and kind of holding the fort with, doing my thing as selling with the lighting industry and then the new construction. And so I have a lot of, insight into what your home should look like or what it could look like. And so I was like, well, I'm a piece of that. Well, the industry fell down. I thought, well, what can I do? So teaching is still there. That's always there to be an educator. So I went and got my alternative certification. So I was a bilingual teacher for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
So then
bilingual,
yes. I go, sometimes when you don't use it, you kind of lose it,
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but yes, I have that behind me. And then what I did from there, I resigned, because my health just kind of got all the
Yeah, your body didn't like it.
It didn't.
And let me tell you, when your body starts going down, it's because it doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Listen to your body, folks.
It was a lot of give. And I even won, I earned, or what do you call it? Grants, for the school and for this, because I'm a big science nerd. I'm big science and math. And so, so I was in.
Good partner, because I'm not good at the math. Unless it's money.
And you really find it.
Right? Well, yeah, but not all that dividing with the formulas and all that.
And I also have to put on a show for the kids. I'm like, I can't just don't show you like all simple,
Yeah. I'm really gonna need that. Well, you're a scientist.
Oh my goodness, it was great. We did all kinds of stuff. It was fun. That was such a fun thing. I loved it because it's so hands-on.
Yeah.
But then it was funny because the teachers, every time I put a door up or I do something, they go, have you ever thought about being a designer? I was like, oh my gosh. So that kept on coming up, and I said, you know what, I'm going back. But I didn't, and so I kind of just, I resigned, and I kind of just took a little break, did a few things, and my husband's like, it's time. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you got to get back and find a job. Fine. So I did. I went back to the lighting industry. Then I got picked up by a builder. They go, hey, we're looking for somebody to work with us. And I was like, okay, I'll put the word out. They go, no, we want you. I'm like,
you're on the word.
And I was like, I'm trying to see, I'm not seeing below the radar. I don't want to be out there. And so then I went with them, and they this stirred me back up. So this is how we had already started the business, because my husband asked me, but I was still working. I'm trying to do this part-time as well. So I'm doing this part-time, doing the full-time work. Yeah, it was a tough thing. And I'm like, and so finally I was able to leave it so I could go full-time on this. And man, it's been fun. I love it.
How long has it been since you've been full throttle, per se?
It'll be 2 years in January.
2 years? Wow.
Yeah.
Is there any specific thing that you've done that you're proud of that you can talk to us about?
I'm really happy. Okay, this is where I guess my calling came, and I kind of honed in on why I'm not just your ordinary painter, and I want to see on the wall whisperer. But it's really, this one client really, really drove it for me. And then a couple after, and I go, I got it. This is it. I do color consultations. So I'm an interior designer, but I specialize in color consulting to help bring your space again to, to your personality and your well-being and emotional,
Do you do that feng shui?
No.
Because I've heard that helps the flow.
It does. Yeah, but I mean,
I look it up. I'm
No,
not
it
a feng shui person, but anything that I can think of to make things happier, flowier, bubblier, I look it up. And
I look at your personality. I look at you, and that's what I do. And so when I analyze you, and I didn't even know I was doing this, I listen to what's going on. I look around. I see what trinkets mean to you. I see what you have repetitively around the home. And so this one client, she was talking about doing this backsplash, and so we did a virtual thing, And so I sent her, rendering of what she described to me. But because I sent it to her, and I think I was just being too safe. She's like, well, yeah, that's kind of, but I was wanting more of this. Even when she showed me what she wanted, I was like, okay. So she spoke to me. She's like, I want this to happen. I want these colors. And I looked at everything. She had the fabulous pieces in her home, all these antiques. And I'm all, man, we need to do something great with this and bring it and tie everything together and make everything feel at home. So, and then she told me this story. There was this pew with upholstered with beautiful colors on it. And it was, she told me the story of it while we were having coffee. She's like, here, let's have some coffee. And so I was like, okay, I'll have coffee. I can't drink leche, but she poured half and half. And I'm like, it's okay, I'll take it. I know I'm going to be suffering later, but it's okay. I'm like, let's do it. So we're talking, and she's telling me about this story about this church pew or this. And I'm like, so what's going on? And she said that her husband and her husband got it. And it's been in the family for like years. And so I was like, I got it. So I pull out the colors, I grab them, and I'm all, look at this palette here. And she showed me what she had. It was still a little too safe. And then she's like, and I go, any of these, grab them. And so she's like, this one. And we painted the backsplash that. It tied in the pew. It just tied it, just a little bit, of color right there.
A tiny thing made a huge difference.
And then we had the overall backdrop of the canvas of her walls. All came together. And so her husband, she's like, I didn't tell my husband about it. I was scared to tell him about the choice that I made. And I said, but you know what he did is he came out and he told me, you tell her thank you. That was the first thing he noticed, how his church pew or his little gift to her that was with them for like years, tied together with and was made part of the family.
Yes, and you're part of the family now, right? Yeah, because they're gonna forever remember you, or as long as they have their house, because you made that huge difference, not just in the work you did, but bringing that sentiment in, right?
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, he really appreciated that. So I can see that's how you build strong relationships with your clients.
Okay, I guess answer that one. Yeah.
So how do you stay updated with the latest trends, techniques? You're talking, and I'm thinking HGTV.
What is it, Joanna? What is that? The one that you that was another one. They had told me, do you know the Gaines? What was her name? Joanna Gaines, or what was her name? Right, the one in Waco.
Yeah.
I was like the silo good people. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. And I go, I've never seen this. I had been out of the loop for the long time, and teaching you do nothing. You say like shelter.
Oh yes.
So I was like,
ladies,
do nothing.
For teachers, not ladies, because they're
So
different sexes.
So reeling me back into the question. Okay.
Yes.
So
so how do you stay updated with the techniques and modern changes of today? Because one day I see something plain, the next day I see a carnival inside of a house. Because have you seen the way what's her name, Kylie Kardashian has her house?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but it was like huge butterflies and all these. And it's just a different style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Different technique.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I read your person. I look at your personality. Because somebody goes, "What's the modern trend?" I go, "You," and they're like, "Huh?" I go, "It's you." I go, "I don't go with the modern trend. I mean, yes, I'm going to help you, ground it, but I'm not going to, I'm going to help you with a canvas to build this around it and make it work for you. But the trend is you. It's like, what do you like? Who's you?"
Right. So you just see that in me, in the persona, and build it.
Yes.
Bring it to life. That's beautiful to have that vision, because I can't do that. I'm getting dressed this morning, mind you, it's a Frida look, so I look at Frida.
Love it.
I look at the Frida to make sure I kind of, resemble because, strong woman. And then I'm taking pictures and sending them to my daughter to make sure that I'm...
that you're in.
Yeah, and she tells me, just make sure the red lipstick doesn't get on your teeth. I love it. And I love
But as far as like your products and so forth, of course I want to also put prime products on your walls or in your space, and I don't want to just put anything on there. And so you can get economical with it. However, but it also it goes two ways. Just because it's an expensive product, it doesn't mean it's going to be the best product either. You know, it could just say it's just expensive because it has a label on it or it's name brand or something. But I look for that too, and there's the nerd that comes in or the science person that comes in. I you know 2 coats of this and 2 coats of this and all these tests and so forth. But I save myself time on like you know researching it myself, and also I have a colleague of painters that I network with.
Okay.
That you know they're my
ideas.
Yes, yeah. So that helps me keep up with the trends, keeps me helping with the new technologies that are also low VOC, where it's not gonna you know help hurt your environment. So I keep up that way. Just you know just what's out there, researching. My local reps that help me with the paint industry. One of my top ones is Sherwin-Williams. Jorge, if you're listening, I don't have to share this with you. Thank you so much.
Jorge's the man with the paint.
You develop those relationships and they help you out too. You know, they come to you and that's where you know they'll like one time I needed a rescue. I was like, my paint sprayer is missing the tips.
Oh,
you know,
what do I do?
He came to the job. No, it was crazier than that. My box that I bought of the sprayer, the whole sprayer was missing.
Oh my God! Somebody took it.
I know the person in the store didn't put it inside, and I just took it off, and I didn't even think. I go, man, I'm really strong.
Because it wasn't that heavy. Oh my God! Rude awakening.
Yes. Hello, can you please? I'm in the trickle right now. I need to spray. He comes and he delivers it to me. You know? So yeah,
okay.
So that's her.
That's awesome. He saved you.
So it's a whole behind the scenes. There's a whole production going on.
Oh,
like you mentioned, it's not just slapping on that paint.
No, it's not. It's not. Even if you decide you're gonna be the one slapping on the paint, you still have to go find Jorge because you're not gonna know what paint, how many years it's gonna last, if it's for water, not for water, matte, shine, gloss. I was like, I've been there a couple of times, guys. Pay the price, you'll be happier. So what advice would you give someone who's considering starting a career in the residential painting arena?
Well, for starts, don't get the book called The Road Less Stupid.
There's a book out there. There's a painting for dummies.
Just period for when you want to start something. You got to count your costs. You got to count everything that you're going to do. Make a plan. You know, and find the support out there. That's one thing that I finally found somebody. Whether it's in whatever industry you're in, the life coaches, a coach. You know, because when you train, you don't want to be lost and reinvent the wheel. You don't have to.
No, don't take 10 years when you can take one.
Exactly. And so that's what I would emphasize is first, look into that first, then hone in those skills, whatever you want. And it, like you mentioned earlier, it's my passion. I didn't know about it. I didn't know what to do. My husband's like, what do you think? I'm like, sure. He's all,
you're the creative one. See what you can do with it.
He wants it. Because he wanted a business, and that's where I forgot to mention that he wanted a business, and so we did restaurant, we did taco truck, we did what else? Cars. And so that was fun. And so she's always the bookkeeper or helps him out without the paperwork.
Those are her bookkeeper.
That's your side quote.
No, she is. She's really
and part time also.
Spare time, more like.
That's why you retired, because you couldn't take it. Numbers.
No, she's really good.
So a mentor, a coach. Is that something that you offer for folks that are maybe possibly interested?
I would love to in the future. I just thought about that because I have a colleague that he's doing that now, and I said, good. But I'm painting. I love him. He was like one of mine to start off with. Like I had a lot of questions, and he was one of the people that I connected with one of my clients. I go, hey, for when I was in the lighting industry, and I said, hey, I'm thinking of going off into my own paint industry. He goes, oh, let me give you my painter's name, and he's really good, and you can talk to him, and it's not. That was gold.
Yeah.
And it was nice that he was so giving and so, like you and Musa, just wanting to give, and help out.
Right.
The support is wonderful.
The support, yeah.
Yes.
So he was
makes a huge difference, and people don't realize it until they go into different groups and see it, and then they come.
Yeah, Paramo painting or Paramo painting. Well, see, I'm sorry, Queen.
Yeah,
If
Paramo
you're listening.
painting.
So, anyways, but yeah, he was one of my first ones, and he showed me the different resources that I could go to,
Mhm.
and so I started doing that, and that's what
Yeah,
what
because I
ended up.
see like even in financial industry, whenever you've got students that are wanting to go into the same arena that you are in, they want to try it out before they actually go and do the actual studies for it, because a lot of folks have found that, and studies have found that folks go do the studies and then they don't stay in the industry because it honestly wasn't what they were wanting.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So even doctors, dentists, they go on and see the atmosphere, be in the atmosphere for a minute, and then the person that brings them on gets the advantage of having a helper. Right? Yeah, because it's like an internship, right?
Yes.
It's not necessarily that you're getting paid. It's an internship and a free help. Yeah, so that's awesome so you do know someone that does that then?
Yes.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah, here locally, I don't know who his coach is, but I just know he or his mentor, and so I just know, and I've had a chance to mentor a few people. Like when they ask me, "Well, what do you do?" And it's one of those things, when you want, I go, it feels good when they ask you that. You're like, "Oh, let me help you. I don't want you to suffer."
Yeah, you want to make sure that they have at least, like if you're not ready to provide that full on hourly or daily help, that you are there with some resources, to help get them to the right people.
Yes.
Which that makes a huge difference too,
Really
because
does.
when you start something and you don't know anything about it,
it's painful.
I can imagine. I can imagine it is.
So I've enjoyed my journey, and I've learned from my journey, and still learning, and will continue to learn.
Yes, we never stop. We never stop learning. Is there anything else, Sonia, that you would like to share with us about your business? Do you have anything planned for the future? Besides, when are you starting the Wusa room?
That's a good question. I need to put the rendering together, which I'm working on. And then once I get that, then I can present it, and then go start.
So have
with
you
schedule.
done that part where you come in and
The color consultation?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was a cool thing, because I seeing Brenda's personality, I know when she was saying the colors that she was thinking about, I already had a feeling, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel it's gonna work, but I'll show you, whatever. And it started off okay, but then she was like, let me go get other eyes on it, and then but I took the colors of Wusa, and I took it with me, and I had it, in the side there. But I had a feeling that was what it was going to end up being, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be representing the Wusa logo, color, theme, and in there. But there's a little more pizzazz in there too at the same time. So yeah.
Okay. I'm excited to see what the final product.
That really.
That's cool that you can see it, because you're the artist. And I'm like, okay, I see gray, purple, lilac, maybe a shot of pink. Well, I know there's a little gold in the
There's gonna be some gold. Yeah. Definitely some gold.
Gold is for the honey. That's what they asked me, about my green and gold. I'm like, green is for the money and gold is for my daughter's. Is my daughter's quote?
Yeah. Well, that's a good one though.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to start that. It's something I know.
So how long do you think that's going to take you?
That would take about maybe a week. Yeah, especially because there's some details in there that are going to be neat.
Are y'all doing the cabinets too, or just
no
the
cabinets? No, not the cabinets. I didn't get permission on that one, but we'll see how that looks, and I'm gonna show. Oh, I gotta show.
It's understandable because there's a lot of wood in here.
There's a lot of wood, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and you want to keep it warm still, but I want to see how it's going to come along with my rendering and see how that. I think it's going to look good though. I think just keeping that warmth in there. And then somebody, it was nice because there was another contributor in there, and I go, oh, I love all the ideas that you don't think that you see. Like I'm just seeing the walls, and this one person said, oh, what about the hardware? We could like pop the cabinets with some hardware. And so definitely tying it in with everything.
It's always replaceable, changeable.
Yes,
makes a huge difference.
It really does. It glams it up so cool. It gives you that joy on your earrings.
Yeah. Like mine.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful, ladies. I want to thank you so much for being with us today. Is there anything else that you'd like to share? Make sure that our viewers are aware any new upcoming goals or events that you'll be at aside from Seguin. You'll be here in the near future for the WUSA, and they can see your work.
Yes.
And if they want to reach you, I know that Maria has your information down at the bottom of the prompter. Do you want to go ahead and quote out your website?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm at www.palatablepainting.com.
You can see her logo up there on the screen.
I go to, you see my number too? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
your number's running across.
All right, over. You can go at, what is it? At palatable.painting Instagram.
Oh,
That's my
okay.
Instagram.
So say it again.
At palatable.painting.
At palatable.painting on Instagram. You can find Miss Sonia Garcia. Get a hold of her if you have any painting needs, suggestions for colors. Just maybe thinking about going into the industry. Need a pointer here or there. She could definitely point you in the right direction. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much. Yes, I love it. I got this headband and these earrings from one of our vendors here at one of our WUSA events, as well as this. I got this from the $5 lady, the bling lady, freeze, I believe is her name. And I'll go ahead and put the information on this, on these pieces on my video as well. So you can check out our vendors. As always, shop local. Guys, happy Friday. Did you want to say something?
Oh, since you're saying that, I got my eyeshadow from Diana Salazar, Unique.
Oh, yes.
So do I.
If you like my makeup today, my makeup today is brought to you by Yonique, and the lipstick is brought to you by Pharmacy. If you like anything, my links are on my link tree. You can find that on my Instagram. And I do have the Pharmacy link, and I do have the Yonique link, because I did join Miss Diana Salazar on her journey, because when you purchase something, not only do you get credit, your person that brings you in also gets credit, and I find that's a beautiful way to share the wealth. Why not, right?
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
Because I know it's minimal what you pay, and then your savings are gonna bring that money back to you plus, because you only pay it once. Well, again, guys, thanks for joining in. Have a wonderful and safe holiday. We won't be seeing you till next Friday here on Tia Talks. Stay safe with the kiddos and the candy and all that good stuff. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.